Hi, my friends. This is Meir, the one who loves to walk in the park and talk to the trees. I want to talk about a very important issue. I'm happy that vaccines are being given to so many people. I've not taken one myself, and I can tell you that a contractor who works for me got a vaccine. He's not coming today because he's ill with swollen arms. And yet I'm happy that people take vaccine because it means more of them are getting out. And I definitely am looking forward for the workshop that we're going to have in Oregon, the best place in Oregon, Jacksonville, an old antique town with amazing country view. So I'm looking forward for that. And I want to talk about health. I assume that Dr. Fauci is a good virologist. At the end of the day, he worked with the AIDS epidemic and he worked with Ebola. And so he knows so many things. And I assume that when vaccines are approved, they're good. They kill some, but the rest of us can live, as far as they're concerned. What bothers me big time is that we're not looking at the reality of disease. There is no question that corona is very contagious. It's probably one of the most contagious illnesses that we're on earth. But there's no question that in many cases it's a mild problem, if a problem at all. And if you look at statistics, 76% of the people who died from corona were obese. And I must tell you that close to 100% of people who died from corona had a secondary condition. It doesn't matter if it was corona, a flu, a fall, depression, whatever it was, it caused a big trigger that caused the problem. I've learned from many years ago that when somebody has multiple sclerosis or tendency for it, all that needs to happen is a shock. Any shock of any kind will trigger a very serious central nervous system problems. We as population in the whole world are sick in so many ways. And the problem is that we don't know how sick we are. So here is my big suggestion to you. Work on your health. Yes, do go and get the vaccine. It's the suggested thing these days. I would suggest to take some caution and see if you could be allergic to that vaccine. I would suggest that before you take a vaccine, you see if you actually have antibodies to corona and don't need the vaccine. Maybe you had corona without even knowing it, and maybe you didn't even have any symptoms, and actually your body does not need the vaccine. But if you don't have them, yeah, take the vaccine. Sooner or later, most of us will have to take it if we want to fly or go to public places. Personally, I'm delaying the time that I'll take it all I can, seeing all the side effects that some people have, and knowing that even if you don't have side effects, the material is not the most pleasant material to the body. But I'm all for the polio vaccine, the whooping cough vaccine, and many others. At the same time, and more important than the vaccine, in my mind, is work on your health. Because if it's not going to be corona, it's going to be something else. And the vaccine is not lettuce, apple, or even candy. The vaccine is poison. And so the question is how healthy you are when you even take the vaccine. Pay attention to the chemicals in your environment. Pay attention to your diet and moderate it to the extent that your mind allows you. And pay attention to the view that you're looking at. There is nothing that heals asthma better than looking at waves and looking at greenery. There is nothing that heals the body better than starting to make movements it never made before. There is nothing that helps you more than your own blood flow. And that's what I teach, and that's what I'm working on. It is crazy to think that you solve problems just by taking something that fixes them. Aspirin will fix your headache today, and tomorrow it will make you use opioid, because when the aspirin no longer fixes your headache, you'll take something stronger. And when that doesn't help you, you take something even stronger. You know, the opioid crisis did not only start with the pharmaceutical companies. It started with the vulnerability of the population, where people want to get a quick fix. That does not work. What works is movement. So today, as I was running, there was a tree that fell down. So in order to do well, I bent under the tree, and I saw how I am so entrenched in running that bending is a whole different story. So I bent and hardly made it under the tree with all of my training. And then my running got so much better. Why is that? I loosened up my back. This is what you should all remember. Loosening yourself up, being balanced, working with your senses, working with your body. That's your way for longevity and true health. All the rest is secondary or tertiary. Working on your body is number one. Trashing your body and getting simple vaccines and medications, that's the way for very ill and sick life. Many blessings to all of you. See you all in Jacksonville, Oregon. Meir.